All right. Well, the fun's not stopping here because we're not only going to bring in Suns Geek. Brandon, how you doing?
What's up?
Man, I haven't been on this show in like a minute. Like it's been
know.
ages.
It's been a long time. And then Gavin from the Aussie Suns Fan podcast looks like he's at an airport or something. Where the fuck are you, dude?
Conference? What's going on over there?
Yeah. He can't
talk. I'm currently sitting.
Yes.
I can't talk. You can't hear me.
Yeah.
No, we can hear you.
I'm currently sitting at Auckland Airport, overlooking the beautiful runway.
Love Oakland. Great city, across from San Francisco. It's fantastic. It's where the A's play. He can't hear me. He's not getting any of my jokes. He's in Auckland, Australia, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome to both of you. Thank you both for being on the 500th show of the Suns Jam Session podcast. How you guys doing tonight? What's going on?
Not much, man. I got to be honest with you, unless, me and Gavin here can somehow make that show even more funnier. I don't know how we're going to do it, or if 2/3 of Fanning the Flames can do it. I don't know if the show's going to get any better than that. That was hilarious. Shout out to Dave King, who is our son's daddy, and respect to PHNX.
And what are you having for breakfast over there?
You're good.
What time is it in Auckland?
It is 3:40 p.m. over here.
And so are you like working? Is this business or pleasure? This delay is killing me. That's fun. So
silence. That's not a good answer.
Again, for those of you who don't know the story, once upon a time, beginning of the 2019 season, Matthew and I went to opening night. And it was against, I believe, the Sacramento Kings, if I remember correctly. Is that right, Matthew? Was it Sacramento Kings?
Yeah, it was.
Sure. I'm sorry I disappointed you with that. And when we were there, we ran into Suns Geek, and it was the first time we had met him. We were all down there close watching shoot around. Matthew was wearing his Josh Jackson jersey, but he had taped Saric over the back, and because he boycotted Josh Jackson. And Suns Geek is just like, hey, man, can I take your picture for my channel? And Matthew's like, yeah, whatever. And then we're like, your channel, and you're like, yeah, I'm a Suns content creator, and you gave us your business card. And we followed you a little bit, and we're just like, hey, man, like this is what Brandon's doing here, what Suns Geek is doing is fun. We had just moved apart. We were roommates, and we'd watch Suns games. We used to drink red wine and watch Suns games. And we're like, you know what? We should just start doing a podcast. And, thank you to you, Suns Geek, because you've always been a supporter of the show. You've always answered my questions because Lord knows, especially when you're first starting out in the podcast world, you just need to know answers to stuff and how to generate content and how to utilize these different tools that are at our disposal. And you've been nothing but kind in providing us with that information, as well as popping on here, having fun with us during post-game podcasts, having fun with us during the off season. And it would only be right to have you on the 500th episode because you were part of the catalyst that drove us to create this podcast. So we really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, and don't tell Gavin, but you're my favorite guest by far. Just easy breezy with you. It's always a great 1 hour. It goes by quick. So all the time you put in, and we've only been on your pod 3 times. I think I've only been on it 3 times.
Sounds about right.
That's a shame.
You know what?
Be on there more.
I have failed you guys, and I need to get you guys on every single show from here on out. And John, you can, I appreciate the kind words, John, but you can be real. When you first saw my content, you're like, this is absolute garbage. What is this guy even talking about? Let's be real. But
Hell
no, man.
No, I still watch it today. I'm like, dude,
yeah,
every fucking day. There's like, I get my news from you because I barely go on Twitter, and I just see Suns Geek. Oh, here's a video. Here's a short. There it is.
Thank you so much.
Everything that's going on today.
I truly appreciate it. And real talk, I mean, I will never forget that moment because I still have photos from that night and everything. And again, it's been a pleasure working with you guys, and right back at you, John, because that I've asked you for some stuff too. You know what I mean? We've helped each other out. And, me and Matthew have had some great shows together and everything. And it's just been a pleasure. And congratulations to you guys. 500 shows is crazy. And I just hope that our continued partnership, along with the Aussie Suns Fan podcast, continues, because I've been on their show once. I got to get them on my channel as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I will say this to you, Gavin. One thing that I love, because you guys are getting ready to do your 100th episode of Aussie Suns Fan podcast. It's one of my favorite things. And thank you for always letting me pop on there and just be a complete jackass. Because, with the Suns Jam Session, we have our thing. We do it the way that we do it. But when I go on your podcast, I can say dumb stuff. I don't have to MC it. You kind of play the point guard. You ask me questions. I can be goofy. but you've also come on our podcast, and you were part of one of the greatest moments in my opinion in Suns Jam Session history.
Let's just go to the Jam Star of the game, everybody. Do. All right, Jam Star of the game. Oh yeah, so that was the funniest thing, because how many times did I mess up your podcast name? Like, I think 10 times in a row. You know, that was my excuse.
Yeah, it was a bit.
A migraine day. I went into it. I'm like, I got to do this. And it was zero prep, but it was fun. I always have a good time.
Actually,
I think that was on there once with me.
Yeah, that was a fun show. I was actually in New Zealand when I did that one too with you, Matthew.
Yeah,
I was sitting in a hotel room in New Zealand on that one.
Yeah, I made a whole like short after it. It was just me fucking up the whole time. It was awesome.
It's like he couldn't get your name right. Aussie Suns Fan podcast.
Where's all the drops?
He couldn't find the drops because he's not used to. Because like I'm the one who kind of does all the behind the.
It was a migraine. I've done it before plenty of times, and I've been fine.
Migraine, and it was like this perfect storm.
Just one off. It's
and
fun. I think the Jamsters like it when there's a lot of fuck ups, because we're human. We all learn from this, and they want to be inspired. They want to be like, Lissy, where are you from? How did you get here? And now you're doing this, and anybody can do it. So that's why I do that.
It was so classic. What were your thoughts on that, Gavin?
Yeah, no, look, I've been on with you guys quite a few times, and that one with Matthew in New Zealand was hilarious. We had a great laugh in that one, because I'm pretty sure I fucked up myself a couple of times there, like talking about how Damian Lee didn't play the game, but he actually did, and yeah, I copped a fair bit of backlash amongst the Aussie Suns fans for that one. But yeah, I've had a ball coming on your show, and we love having you guys hovering around on ours too, because as you said, John, we do it a little bit different. We're a little bit loose over here in Australia and New Zealand, so it's always great to have you guys on. And 500 episodes is absolutely magnificent, and you're talked about all the time within the Aussie Suns fans groups, and you keep us up to date with the stuff that's happening over there. So congratulations, and thanks so much for having us on, and including all of us. I know you've had Hamo on. I know we like to. Well, you had Boyd's fart on the other day, which was entertaining. so we love the chance to jump on with you guys, and you're definitely one of our favorite shows. So keep up the good work.
No, we appreciate it, and just so Boyd feels included, here's that audio. Let's see if we can get it here. There you go. We're that's not the last time. We're so classy that we include Boyd farting on our.
Who shit the bed tonight? That's gonna be a new drop.
The idea. Yeah, I did like the idea of using it in a drop of who shit the bed.
Yeah, it'll be like, is it Kendall from what's the fucking Succession? Ken?
Yeah, Ken. Yeah.
It's just the bed. We can have that just as a video, and then have that in the background.
That will be
Boyd. Yeah.
Boyd you'll be immortalized with that one. So, oh God. But again, I just wanted to, I'm going to bring on the Fan of the Flames guys here in a second. But both of you, I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love that we constantly give. I appreciate Gav hanging out at a fucking airport and popping on with us. That's like. Yeah. That alone, again, I mentioned a little bit earlier, the most fun about this entire experience has been connecting with the people in the chat, with the fellow content creators, knowing that we're all working towards the same thing and we all care about the same thing. And do we get on each other's nerves? Do we talk shit, especially when it comes to DeAndre Ayton? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. And hopefully, when we do episode 548 or whatever the fuck. Well, there's 82 games plus 16.
Yeah,
so when we hit 600, it'll be us talking about the Suns win a championship, guys.
And hopefully it'll be we'll be sitting. Suns Geek and I will be sitting there in Phoenix on the streets with you guys while they're parading that Larry O'Brien through.
Yes,
that'd be awesome.
Larry's coming. So before I get you guys out of here, let everyone know where they can find you at an airport in Auckland, apparently.
At an airport in Auckland, New Zealand, or at Aussie Suns Fans on YouTube and Twitter. Make sure you check us out, guys. We have a bit of a laugh, and all of these guys jump on, and you'll see them their chats popping up, and sometimes they'll pop on live with us. So check it out. We generally go live Saturday afternoon, evening, your time over there in Arizona. So make sure to check us out.
Just search Suns Geek and you'll find me on lots of the platforms and YouTube and all that stuff. But real quick, you guys, once again, congratulations, 500 episodes. You guys know that I love you guys both. Love collaborating with you guys, being on your show. And just real quick, I kind of want to follow up on something that, Saul and Espo were talking about. Obviously there's a lot of Suns podcasts nowadays, and that's great. We want to continue to have more voices out there. And John, I'm going to kind of repeat something you said a long, long time ago. And I'm paraphrasing here, but you're like, you said something like, we don't need a PhD or whatever to do this. Like, we're just having fun, supporting our teams, drinking a beer. You know what I mean? So like, if you were thinking of starting an NBA podcast or Phoenix Suns podcast, just do it. Just start and just stay consistent with it. But yeah, much respect to you guys all. And I hope to have all three of you guys on my show soon.
Hell yeah.
Just don't
Thank
let,
you very
just
much.
don't, if you are going to start a podcast out there, just make sure you don't let Locked On Dubs know, because they get very upset.
They get
That's what I was
very
referencing. That's what I was referencing right there. I will never, ever forget that, man. That was terrible.
It was horrible. Those fucking assholes. Fucking Warriors. Enjoy Chris Paul, you bastards.
All right, who's next to kiss our ass?
I
I'll just
appreciate you
go,
guys.
Thank you so much
take
for
care.
coming on. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.